If you had passed through Eke Obinagu Market in the early 2000s, you would have seen one small, sharp-tongued girl shouting on top of her voice, "Buy your groundnut! Nne, abeg, add sweet. I go dash you one extra." That girl was Chisimdiri, but everybody called her Chisi. Chisi didn't just hug groundnut. She hugged her lungs, her energy, and her future. Rain could be falling cats and dogs, yet you would see her balancing one metal tray on her head, wrapper tied up to her knees, running like she was contesting in Olympics. If a bus horn, she would chase it, slippers slapping the road like akara, frying inside hot oil. People used to laugh. Some pitied her, others mocked her, but in her small chest, she carried a dream. One day I will stop hulking. One day people will walk into my shop to buy from me, and I will sit on chair like Madame. At home, things weren't better. Her father had long joined the ancestors, and her mother was the kind of woman who measured gari before soaking it. Chisendiri, Mama would say, you must learn something with your hands. Book is good, but book without skill na hunger. So when Chisi wasn't running around with granite, she was learning makeup from her neighbor's daughter. She would beg to practice on girls in the compound. Biko, let me just try. If I spoil am, you go wash am more. Soon her hand became steady and people started saying, this girl sabi. Not stopping there, she added hairdressing to her survival skill. One day she was braiding one customer's hair with speed when the customer shouted, "Ha! This your hand dey hot like fire oh, but her hair fine oh." Chisi only laughed. If she could braid and powder people's faces, she could put food on her table. By the time she entered university, her name had already entered Black Book of Lecturers, not because she was stubborn, but because she was everywhere, braiding in hostel, painting faces for birthdays, selling small items. If you were broke and saw Chisi, hope had come. Chisimdiri, when do you even read? One lecturer asked her once. She smiled and replied, "Sir, I read in my spirit." The class roared with laughter, but what people didn't see was that she was using every naira she made to pay her fees. Even in school, people noticed something. When Chisi put her mind into something, it worked. She was the type who could turn one small lipstick into full beauty kit and market it as if she had imported it from Dubai. But every time she tried to climb up, something pulled her back. Like that time she saved money for months, bought second-hand hand dryer for her hair business. The very first week, NEPA took light in the middle of styling a customer's hair. As she rushed to borrow a generator from a neighbor, the customer hissed, "Abeg, don't vex. I'll go somewhere else." Money lost, energy wasted, but Chisi just tightened her wrapper, muttered, "It go better," and went back to grinding. Unknown to her, these small battles were preparing her for bigger wars. The day she graduated, people clapped like she had won presidential election. She smiled, but deep down, she was already thinking, now real life begin, and real life no dey smile. After university, people thought Chisimdiri would drop her hustle bag and become Madam Graduate. But instead, she picked up a bigger bag and added more wahala inside. You see, school might have ended, but life was just beginning. It was around this time she met Obidike, a tall, slim guy with a smile that looked like borrowed generator light. Bright sometimes, but not always steady. Obi was not rich. In fact, the first time he took her out, it was to one buka joint where the waiter almost broke their bench. "Chai," he said, clearing his throat like Minister of Finance. "Order whatever you want." She looked at the menu. Egusi, oha, bitter leaf, nkwobi. Her eyes shifted to Obi's pocket. This man is not carrying up to 500 naira. So she said sweetly, "Just get me a Coke and Opa." That one they always hold belle. From that day, Obi respected her. Any other girl would have ordered nkwobi and swallowed, but Chisi knew the level. They were both hustlers in the making. After small courting with plenty wahala, from relatives asking Obidike, "Do you have job? Can you marry?" They tied the knot. It wasn't fancy, no hotel hall, no AC blowing, just church, video square reception, and music from a DJ who was also the caterer. They settled together in a one-room apartment with zinc roof that sounded like war whenever rain fell. But those days had their sweetness. Chisi would return from the market with provisions. Obi would return from his small teaching job. They would sit on the floor eating gari and granite. Sometimes Obi would say, Chisi, one day we will eat fried rice every Sunday. She would laugh. Just don't put hope in fried rice. Even jollof is fine. Like true hustling couple, they decided to join hands in business. They started with small provision store near the junction. Customers liked them because Obi could speak English like BBC and Chisi could sweet talk like market women. Buy ya Milo, buy ya pick meal. Today's promo, if you buy 2 sachets of Omo, I will dash you 3 sachets of Maggi. Within months, the shop became the talk of the street. Neighbors began to say, this couple will soon move to flats. Chisi smiled, Obi dreamed, and life looked like it was finally taking shape. But then came the first storm. One night, heavy rain fell. Thunder clapped like masquerade festival. By morning, they opened shop to discover roof had leaked. Cartons of milk, sugar, and detergent soaked like fufu inside water. Rats even used the opportunity to throw party inside rice bags. Chisi sat on the wet floor, wrapper tied loosely, crying, Obi, why is my life like this? Whenever I rise small, something must drag me back down. Obi held her shoulders and said one of his useless motivational lines. Chisi, water may quench fire, but water cannot quench destiny. She looked at him, eyes red. Obidike Biko, go and bring more. Leave proverb for now. After that disaster, many couples would have given up, but not these two. They cleaned the mess, salvaged what they could, and we strategized. Chisi tightened her belt. If one business failed, I will open another one. People laughed, neighbors gossiped, but Chisi and Obi kept their heads high. Even in their one room, they still planned B, drawing business ideas on old calendar sheets. And so, from one setback, they were ready to chase another dream. After the rain wahala had soaked provisions, many thought Chisindiri would calm down and look for office work. But if you know Chisi, you know she was not born to wear suit and sit in front of computer typing. Dear sir, her blood was for hustle. So she doubled her effort, saved every kobo, borrowed small from cooperatives, and one day, boom, she opened a real shop. This wasn't just ordinary shop. It had glass door, the kind children used to draw finger marks, plastic chairs for customers, and even small standing fan blowing breeze. She even painted Chisim Enterprises in front, though the painter mistakenly wrote Chisim Enterprise. Don't worry, Obi consoled her. It even sounds foreign. From morning till night, customers trooped in, civil servants buying provisions of credit, school children rushing for biscuits, market women coming for cartons of noodles. Chisi, wrapper tied, sat like queen behind counter. At night, she would count money with Obi, both of them smiling like lotto winners. Neighbors began to change tone. The same Daku, who once hissed whenever she saw Chisi, now said, Nde, you are doing well, Lou. Please teach me how to make it. Even old AGK, the neighborhood mocker, started calling her Madam Shaw. For the first time, Chisi felt her suffering was paying off. One Saturday, Obi surprised her. He bought one small bottle of malt, only one because pockets no reach two. He poured into plastic cup and raised a toast. To my wife, the backbone of our future. From hawking granules to owning shop, very soon we'll buy land. Chisi blushed, sipping malt and wiping her mouth with the back of her hand. Amen. Life was sweet. Too sweet. Which is why nobody expected what happened next. It started like a joke. That evening, NEPA lights blinked on and off like disco. The small fridge in the shop sparked once, twice. Before Chisi could shout, Obi, see smoke, the whole place went up. People ran. Neighbors screamed. Buckets of water flew around, but the fire had already swallowed cartons, shelves, and money drawer. By the time it calmed, her dream shop stood black like boiled akara. Chisi dropped to the ground, wrapper loose, hair scattered, shouting, Chineke again. Must everything I touch scatter? Neighbors gathered. Daku whispered loudly to Ejike. She too they do shakara. Maybe somebody don't do her juju. Ejike scratched his chin. Or maybe she's not supposed to do business at all. Chisi heard them and burst into fresh tears. That night in their one room, Obi tried his best. He placed his hand on her shoulders and said, Chisi, you know what they say. Rome was not built in a day. She sniffed. Obi Biko, leave Rome alone. Rome had emperor. Me, I don't even have generator. They laughed small, through the tears, but deep down, the pain was heavy. Still, if life thought Chisi would give up, he didn't know how well. She wiped her eyes and muttered, if shop burns, I will build another one. Let life bring more test. I know the fear. Most people, after watching their shop burn like suya fire, would pack their load and look for government job. But not Chisimdiri. Her blood was mixed with stubbornness and hope. 2 weeks after the fire, she was back in business. Not to a shop this time, with her body as mobile warehouse. You could see her carrying bags of goods from the bus park to bus park, selling anything that could turn profit. From Ankara wrappers to carton of Indomie. Obi, she said one evening, while staring at watching Obonosu. If shop can burn, then I need something fire cannot swallow. I will enter importation. Obi almost choked or swallow. Importation? From where? China, Chisi claps her hand. Why not? Is China not importing from God? She gathered money from cooperatives, added Obi's savings, and sent her first order through a trusted agent. Weeks later, the container landed in Onitsha. Chisi's name spread, Madam Importer. She finally hired 2 staff, Ngozi, a sharp-tongued sales girl who could abuse customers and still collect their money, and Ifeanyi, a boy whose duty was to carry load and shout, Madam say come tomorrow, whenever customers asked for a phone. Business boomed again. Every week, goods moved, profit entered, neighbors envied. Daku the gossip lady told anyone who cared to listen, our Chisimdiri is becoming Madam of Onitsha. But where money enters, wahala follow. One day, Chisi noticed cartons disappearing faster than sales. She asked Ngozi, how many cartons of Omo did we sell today? Ngozi adjusted her cheap wig and said, Madam, 12. But the receipt showed only 8. Next week, same thing happened. When Chisi confronted her, Ngozi hissed, Madam, maybe you don't know market smart. Go and check again. Before long, half of our goods were disappearing like Ankara inside fat children's mouths. To add pepper, Ifeanyi, the same boy who couldn't spell debt, started running her side business at night with Chisim stocks. By the time she discovered, he had vanished with 1 carton of tin milk. As if staff betrayal wasn't enough, her second container developed wings. The trusted agent stopped picking calls. Weeks turned to months. By the time she traced him, he had relocated to Ghana. Chisi almost fainted. Obi rushed to hold her, shouting, breathe, my love, breathe. She pushed him away and wailed, Obidike, am I cursed? Did I offend my village people? Why is business treating me like borrowed wrapper? Neighbors had a field day. Ejike the working man said, I told you, some people are not born for business. They should just marry and cook. But Ihona, her childhood friend, encouraged her. Chisi, don't listen. Success is not bread you buy sharp sharp. It takes time. That night, while Obi snored beside her, stared at the zinc ceiling, whispering, God, I'm tired, but I won't give up. If you give me this spirit, you must back me up. Her eyes burned with fresh determination. Betrayal and loss were part of this game. Then she would play it to the end. By now, Chisimdiri was tired of crying. She had shed enough tears to fill a borehole. Every time she tried to rise, something dragged her back. Yet, instead of sympathy, people around her began to change tune. One evening, as she was packing unsold goods, Daku, the gossip lady, strolled in, wrapper swinging like she was on runway. Chisi, my daughter, Daku, began in her fake sweet tone. You see, business is not muscle. You need spiritual backup. Chisi frowned. Mama Daku, I pray every day. Daku hissed. Which kind dry prayer? I mean proper solution. There is this baba in Nnewi. If he just ties one red cloth in your shop, customers will be rushing you like Suya night market. Chise's eyes widen. To Fiapwa, I'd rather sell granite again that tie juju that could shook her head. Nne, poverty will so humble you. Even Ihoma, her good friend, became shaky. Chisi, you're strong, oh, Ihu said one afternoon. But you see, some people do runs, small, invest the money, and nobody will know. You are young, fine, educated. You feel cash out once and for all. Chisi's mouth fell open. Ihoma, are you the one advising me like this? Her friend looked away. I beg, I just pity you. You're suffering too much. That night, Chisi sat on her bed hugging her knees. Even the people I trust want me to bed. God, are you still seeing me? The worst blow came from Obidike himself. One night, as rain tapped the zinc roof like village drummer, Obi sighed deeply. Chisi, maybe we should just try one of those shortcuts, eh? Not forever, just small to stabilize. Chisi turned slowly, staring at him like he just confessed to killing the governor. Obidike, you too. You, the one who toast with one malt in plastic cup, now wants juju. Obi scratched his head. It's not juju, just, small connection. Like my colleague said, if we drop something at ministry, they'll give us contract. She shook her head, tears pricking her eyes. Obi, listen to me. I didn't hustle granite and braid hair for years to end up a shortcut woman. If God no bless us, let me remain poor. But I will never sell my soul for one stupid container. Obi went quiet. For the first time, he saw fire in his wife's eyes that humbled him. From then on, people mocked her even more. Daku told everyone that Chisindiri is stubborn. She thinks clean hustle can build mansion. Let's see where it will carry her. AGK added Pepe. One day she will sell wrapper and still blame village people. But Chisi ignored them. Every morning she woke up, tied her wrapper, dusted her stall and smiled at customers. Even if sales were poor, even if her pocket was empty, her integrity stayed intact. She whispered to herself daily, life is testing me. One day it will get tired. By now, Chisindiri had the scars of 10 hustlers on her back. Fire has swallowed her shop. Staff has stolen her stock. Container had vanished like ghost. And even her closest people had pushed her towards shortcuts. Yet she still showed up every morning with powder on her face, smiling at customers who barely bought anything. But one thing about life is that just when you think you've seen the worst, it will look at you and say, hold my beer. It happened when one man in a shiny jeep pulled up to her store. His name was Arize, a businessman known for spraying money in wedding like he owns Central Bank. Madam, I like your goods, he said. Supply me 20 cartons. I'll pay full. No shaking. Chisi's heart danced. 20 cartons. This deal could revive her entire hustle. She borrowed to meet the order, added little savings and delivered promptly. 2 weeks later, payments never came. Arize's number stopped connecting. His jeep was never seen again. Chisi felt her leg give way. She slumped on a plastic chair, eyes blank. God, am I your stepchild? As if that wasn't enough, her landlord showed up. Madam Chisi, he said, scratching his pot belly. I need to increase rent. Everything has gone up. She begged, please, just give me time. But the landlord's ears were like locked padlocked. He gave her ultimatum. Pay or pack. That night, Chisi sat in the dark, hugging her knees, while Obi tried to massage her shoulders. Don't worry, my wife. We will survive this too. But even his words felt empty. One morning, Obi came back from his teaching job with his shirt half torn. Chisi, I can't take it again. My Oga insulted me in front of the whole staff. He said, I'm wasting my life in small school with small salary. Maybe he's right. Maybe we are both wasting our time. Chisi looked at him, tears in her eyes. Obi, don't you ever say that again. If life has not broken me, it cannot break you. We will keep going. But inside, her own faith was shaking like mango leaf in rainy season. One evening, yet another day of zero sales, Chisi fainted right inside her shop. Neighbors rushed her home. Daku muttered, I said it, she's carrying curse. AGK added, hard work without sense and madness. When Chisi opened her eyes on their bed, She saw Obi sitting beside her, eyes red. My wife, if you want us to stop, we'll stop. Maybe you should rest. She shook her head weakly. Obidike, rest is for people who have arrived. Me, I have not even started. If I die on this road, let it be said I didn't give up. That night, after Obi slept, Chisi knelt by their small bed and prayed one of those war prayers. No grammar, no long hymns, just tears, sweat, and stubborn faith. God, if you are truly there, see me. Even if I'm the last line, remember me. I won't bow to Juju. I won't sell myself. Just remember me. As she lay down exhausted, something settled quietly in her heart. When people said morning come after the darkest night, Chisendiri used to hiss. But after that fainting episode, she had no choice but to hold on to the same. She kept waking up, tying her wrapper and dragging herself to the store. Even when sales were dead, then one ordinary Tuesday, something extraordinary happened. Her old classmates, now working at a government agency, walked into her shop. Chisi, is this you? Ha! You see the hustle like this? Chisi forced to smile. My sister will thank God. The lady bought a few items, then gisted, exchanged numbers. Chisi didn't think much of it. 2 weeks later, her phone rang. Hello, Chisi. Our agency needs a supply of school materials. I remembered you. Can you handle it? Chisi almost dropped the phone. She stammered, Yes, I can. That single contract changed everything. The profit was enough to pay rent, restock, cleared her debt. The more contracts followed was spread that Chisindiri is reliable, her goods are clean. She finally rented a bigger shop, this time with proper name painted boldly on it. Chisim Enterprises, the real one. Customers flooded in. Old neighbors gulped. Even AJK the mocker came one day, scratching his head. Madam Chisi, I beg, dash me small Maggie. Chisi just smiled. AJK, I don't do dash again. Only receipt. On Saturday, Obi returned with a cooler of fried rice. Real fried rice. He set it on their small table and said, My wife, do you remember the promise? One day we will eat fried rice every Sunday. Chisi burst into laughter till tears rolled down. Oh, you and your fried rice. At least this time, God is the caterer. They ate with joy, neighbors peeping through the window, whispering, See them, God don't butter their bread. Daku, the gossip chairlady, finally swallowed her pride, entered the shop. Chisi, my daughter, I just came to say congratulations. You didn't listen to me yet. See what God did. Chisi smiled politely. Mama Daku, I listened. Just not you. I listened to God. Even Obi, who once doubted, now told anyone who cares to listen. My wife is the reason I believe hard work pays. Clean hustle still works. Years later, people asked Chisi how she survived all the storm. Fire, theft, betrayal, collapse. She will simply laugh and say, Life is not for the soft. Life will test you, break you, tempt you. But if you hold your ground and stay consistent and refuse shortcuts, your day will come. God is not blind. And when she did it, you could see in her eyes the story of a woman who hopped granite, cried in ashes, fainted in her stall, yet rose to become a name people respected. The end. Some of the lessons we learn from this story are: not every setback is spiritual. Never lose hope. Keep looking up. Clean hustle still works. I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful masterpiece. Please go ahead and click on the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Turn on the post notifications so you'll be first to know when I drop a new story. Leave us a comment about what you think about this wonderful masterpiece. And guys, I would see you in the next one. Share this story to your loved ones. Later, guys. Bye. I love you. Mwah.
Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please click on the subscribe button to support us. Turn on the post notification to get notified when I upload a new story. Like, share, and comment your thoughts. Till then, bye.